mom is old. You know, she's like 57 years old. She was a smoker.
Enemy bomb planted. Take it out.
The situation was like she was in bad health. But when Elon Musk said that coronavirus hurts people for if you are a sedentary lifestyle, or like if you're you have pre-existing conditions, you know, it only affects you. Once in a while, somebody young dies, and that's died from coronavirus. 3.
Enemy UAV overhead.
The grand majority are over the age of 50. You know,
it's over. We're RTB. Move out.
It's like when 3 people have died under the age of 30, and you're I've done the studies. I'm thinking I'm a very intelligent guy. It's like looking at the liquid chromatography of all this in the epidemiology. He's like, it looks like it's a fairly simple virus. And he's like, yes, it spreads fast, and that's the concern. But keeping people locked inside is going to do. This is why I'm arguing against lockdown now. Is because of these reasons. If you keep people inside, they are forced to live a sedentary lifestyle. When you are living a sedentary lifestyle, your body becomes less immune to diseases. When you're going about your normal day at work, the normal person, when they leave their house and go to work, comes into contact with almost 10,000 different types of bacteria and viruses in one day. Out of those 10,000, 150 or more of them are viruses and bacteria you have never even seen before, that your body has never even interacted with before. Your body needs the constant of coming into contact with things to survive, to like build an immune system, to live. And also, if you're staying inside and you're being lazy, you know, it's not good for your immune system. If you're not going outside and getting the sun and getting the vitamin D you need, it's not good for your immune system. If you're not working out, it's not good for your immune system. And if there's a shortage in food supply, it's not good for the immune system. If you have an anxiety or depression, not good for your immune system. So we're literally killing more people. Sure, absolutely. It's not have to have a pre-existing condition. Let them fucking work if they don't.
The enemy comes for objectives. Defend them.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. And every time I say that, people are just like, you want to kill my grandmother. You don't care about my life. It's like, no, you don't care about mine. Every single day that goes by, more and more people are realizing, especially, I think, you know, you, me, John, Ashton, and Miranda. Right now, I'm looking at not having one here in a couple days, possibly. It's kind of scary. I don't know what's going to happen. But, you know, we're very fortunate. There's over 10 million people in this country right now who aren't making a paycheck. And that number is expected to hit 50 million by September. Even if the coronavirus ends tomorrow. 50 million people by September because the economy took such a hard dip. And every day people are realizing you just want to, you know, go to the grocery shop, you just want to, you know, go to the casino. 3 days later, she made a Facebook post that was just like, picture now. He isn't kicked in. Unemployment go. I can't afford to put food on the table. I need to go to work. I'm not allowed. You just want a haircut, don't you?
Like, I don't have a haircut right now, honestly.
Do you understand? Do you understand why people are mad? You had a job before and now you don't. How does it feel?
Welcome to everyone else's fucking world.
majority of all these people I've seen that are like, yeah, we need to stay locked down. Most of them have jobs. Most of them are teachers or nurses or somebody who has their job.
Friendly UAV online.
Or college students. College students need to shut the fuck up. We should pass a law that says college students shouldn't be allowed to vote because they just fucking go crazy. I mean, if I was drinking every single fucking night and fucking, you know, going to ragers every single fucking night, I would not. Like, I would not the person for that. My person need 1 out of 3 million, but no. Like, that would be me.
Enemy at the stone
This
bridge.
is coming from a guy that takes 500 milligrams. So, you know.
Enemy at the destroyed building.
I think I'm gonna convince John to try to.
Really?
Maybe. I think we might be able to fix his brain. Because once you take that shit, it wakes you up.
Enemy at the
I
center.
challenge you this, and I'm not gonna peer pressure anybody, because if he doesn't want to do it, I'm just gonna be like, yay, more for me. But anyway, I challenge anybody this. I dare you to tell me that there's not a god, or some sort of, like, other plane of existence, or other... I dare you to tell me there isn't something. Like, I'm not a creator,
Enemy
just
UAV overhead.
something. I dare you to tell me that after an acid trip. I dare you. I dare you. Do you know Elon Musk said that? Did you know
Enemy at
that?
the destroyed building.
That's the only reason why I tried it. It's because I was listening to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was just like talking to Elon Musk, and I was like, "Do you do psychedelics?" And Elon was like, "Yeah." Like, I do it every single day. Fucking
Enemy at the
Musk
bridge.
takes as much acid as I do every month in one day, every single day, because he says it helps his brain out.
Enemy UAV overhead.
That's
Enemy at the destroyed building. Time's up.
Ready for
Get
flyover. Send recon.
UAV ready.
Reloading.
the reason why, like,
3-0. Good copy.
this is another thing.
UAV
You
beginning
know those
flyover.
mushrooms that are growing in your backyard? Ones with the long white stems and the brown caps on top? Those are psychedelic mushrooms. Those grow everywhere. You're not overdosing. You can't. It's impossible.
UAV is out
They're
of
not
fuel.
toxic.
That's over. Let's get back out
It's
there.
impossible. You can per week. Which is like, and then that's like 4
Destroy those objectives.
That's a ton of those.
Friendly UAV online.
Yeah. And when Colorado legalized it, and so did Alaska. They didn't legalize it. Well, actually, you know what? Alaska legalized it. Colorado legalized it. You can go to a dispensary in Alaska and buy a sheet of acid. And
Enemy
the
UAV
reasons
overhead.
why are because it is actually the safest drug to take. If you look at this is why I wanted to decriminalize drugs. If you look at the
Enemy UAV
statistics
overhead.
when it comes to LSD, weed, and alcohol, and compare it to cocaine and meth, meth is by far the worst drug for you. By far. It has the most hospitalizations out of any drug ever. That's counting alcohol as a drug. Alcohol is in second. Alcohol is also more toxic for your body in frequent use than heroin. Heroin is third. After that is like a bunch of different types of at the very, 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 very bottom of the list is
Less than a minute.
LSD.
The plant is a bomb.
And the people that did the study were... they said the only reason why these guys is because there were people who went to the ER4 and reported that they used these. And this is why they went
Enemy
there.
UAV overhead.
When they got to the hospital, all of them, unless they injured themselves while under the influence, which you can injure yourself statistics didn't go up, so just there was no correlation between cannabis and LSD mushrooms with injuries or illness. But when you use them, the people who use like weed, they weren't expecting the results that they got. And you can kind of understand that. You go into a mindset, I don't know what this is gonna do, and then you try it, and you're like, ah! And you're like, I need to go to the hospital, something's not right. Like, you can understand why, like, somebody like Hannah's mom would be
UAV ready.
you know? Like, you know, like somebody who's just crazy. You know, they just freak out. And then they just like the hospitals, Johns Hopkins University was just like, the only treatment that we can provide is to give them a glass of water or Sprite and some crackers and just wait for it. Just wait for them to sober up. That's all they did. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting.
Enemy
So
UAV
I
overhead.
would advocate
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to
use, like if you've ever wanted to try random stuff, I would advocate for it, but I will never encourage it, because that is quite literally a trip.
enemy at the destroyed building.
And when we, and this is the weird thing, Steve.
Friendly UAV online.
Dude, I don't know. I'm listening too. I've been here listening.
I know. Do you like me talking?
Oh,
Sometimes I
yeah.
just talk. Yeah,
Oh, I'm listening.
Yeah, cool. I know Steven just listens. John gets pissed off. And
I get
when-
pissed off. I'm listening.
When he leaves, I just like to fucking talk. But anyways, this is the weird thing. There's this theory. Okay, by the way, first of all, there was an MRI done on 2 people. They did a control to study the neuro. First of all, I want to start with this. I fucking love Elon Musk. I trust in Musk. Anything that comes out of fucking Elon Musk's mouth is true to me. I mean, the dude he's done more in 6 years than NASA's done in 50. He fucking built first cars that you could plug into your fucking
Enemy
house.
propaganda on approach.
Parts of your body using artificial intelligence. Basically hardwiring a robot, creating symbiosis between you and AI. And they can do it partially. So say somebody like my dad who has Parkinson's, if they did that, it would literally just shut off
Enemy
the
at the cave
Parkinson's.
entrance.
If you had Lou Gehrig's disease, you literally shut off the Lou Gehrig's disease. For me, with my eye,
They're making
he said
us
that
fight for the
you
win.
could restore
So be it.
vision to somebody who doesn't even have cornea. So for me, they would super interesting. I've actually applied for it through Upstate Medical University Hospital, and they said I am a candidate for it,
Demolition.
and I'm super excited for it. They use artificial intelligence. How did they map the brain?
Track
You
down
might
the
ask,
objective
how
and
did they?
destroy-
Because
Enemy UAV overhead.
This is the weird thing. Think about it this way: our brain, the brain named itself. The brain is the only thing that we can think of that has
Enemy
named
interruption.
itself.
Enemy missile in the
Dude,
AO.
I've thought about that before and it bugs me.
That is something. How did they map the brain? I'm glad you asked. When they
Planting
wanted,
bomb. Watch for
to
enemies.
start mapping the brain, they couldn't figure out. No, like there was limited
Bomb
data.
planted.
There was neuroscientist out of Colorado after LSD was
Enemy
legalized who
UAV
said,
overhead.
Elon, who's an avid LSD user, was like, cool. And then he was talking to the neuroscientist. That we gave them
Enemy
acid,
planted a bomb.
and we put each one of them in an MRI, studied them. One of them didn't actually. One of them took a placebo. One of them took the real thing. The one that took the placebo did have increased brain activity because he was under. He thought he was
Returning to
took it.
resupply.
And you can see like a really tiny blue dot within an MRI. So they see like a little tiny blue dot in the cortex that shows that he's thinking, like he's dreaming of something, or he's thinking of something critical. He thinks he's
Enemy at the center.
the dude that takes LSD. His whole fucking brain is critical. His whole fucking brain.
We've lost the
Your
objective.
ability to
I
think.
expect better.
It literally increased your brain activity. It literally made your brain start thinking about what they came to the conclusion of was that the human brain, when combined with this chemical, starts taking information from the outside world, like through your six senses, touch, taste, eyes, you know, all that kind of shit. It starts taking other bits and pieces of information from different sources that you have not been able to see before. This is a fact now. They proved it. So I'll describe to you the sensation of being high. So if I don't even like calling it that. I don't even like calling it tripping. When I'm doing it, if I look at my carpet, it looks like I'm looking at the top of a forest as the trees are moving. That sounds crazy, but it's not. It's not going to be scary. It's just your brain is recognizing the patterns of the shadows of all these little tiny hairs off the carpet that you wouldn't have thought of before, and your brain is recognizing the pattern and trying to give you information about that pattern that it can only interpret through eyesight, so it distorts your vision, and it doesn't really distort it. That's the weirdest part. You see around it, and I can't explain it, dude. I really fucking can't
Demolition.
explain it.
Critical
Because
targets
you just
ID'd.
have
Move in and destroy
But
those
your brain
positions.
is essentially giving you bits and pieces of information. And it's infuriating. Because, you know, you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about how there's other dimensions, right? But we have no idea how to access them. And you also listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about how when we research, there's zero evidence that comes from the human brain. Yes, ideas and thoughts and psychosis and psychology is all from the brain. Consciousness, though, the buzz of being alive, the difference between us and the computer, like the reasons why we can no evidence. And this you are receiving, or probably heard about this. This is literally something, you know, every crazy cool adventure starts with a crazy video. You are literally a vessel holding a different
Enemy UAV overhead.
We know that there's
Plant in the bomb.
11
Secure the area.
dimensions, at least. We know there's up
Less
to
than a minute.
26. We just don't know. We do know that things exist on those different planes of existence. We just don't know how to access them. It's a working theory, and I say working because it does work. And that monks have been saying you can reach meditation, chemicals, like mushrooms, and you can kind of see that information, and you can kind of more. This is going to sound even weirder. This is something I was reading in
30 seconds. Move your asses.
psychedelics, written
Planting the bomb. Watch your
by
ass.
Joe Rogan. He was setting the Bible.
Our bomb is set. Hold that position.
It was literally the distinction because God himself as a man, as a person, or even as a single thing. He doesn't say like I am. He says we are. Go ahead, read Genesis. Go grab a Bible right now. Read Genesis. He says we are God. We become one with God. Accept God into your life, and God will accept you. He doesn't say use God's word until fucking God is a we. Orthodox Jews don't even want God. They believe in the we. Nobody knows why. It's a theory that humans pass this story down
Be advised,
to
UAV is
generations, and each
RTB
different
for
human
resupply.
culture got it a little bit different, a little bit right, but not completely right. And you know, it just became
Trophy system
fucking
deployed.
messed up over time. And then some people said, "Oh, you know, God says He wants us to do His
Enemy
word,
over there.
He
Package
wants us
inbound.
to live in His name." and shit. No, that's wrong. Because accept the fact that you are a vessel for God. And God is just another word for whatever else is fucking out there controlling what's going on. And every single religion talks about afterlife. And we know scientifically that when you die, your body releases DMT into your brain. That's why you see a white light when you die. You see a white light when you die, because when you die, your body your brain trip balls, and you start seeing shit. And this is the weirdest fucking thing. And this is why it's not at all. This is why chemicals are important. When you put chemicals in your body and your brain,
Allied cluster strike
you
inbound.
do. I'm not going to say you do or you don't, but it seemingly puts you in a different plane of existence. When you die, every religion talks about an afterlife. When you die, your brain releases DMT. When you're on DMT or acid, you start to see and be in different places. You start to remember things that you never remembered before. Like, you start to pull things out of your brain as
Enemy
if
at the warehouse.
Here's fucking and that's why when people die, they start thinking that they're in Vietnam again. As if he's right there, saying this fucking
Enemy
conversation.
personal radar in the
So
air.
what if chemically it just knocks your consciousness out of the third dimension of which we exist right now, the fourth
On to the
dimension,
next
just
round.
moved
Pick
it
it up.
aside just so slightly to see, you know, kind of push you through time. It's such a weird fucking thing to think about.
Switching sides.
Death is not final. Like, even atheists.
Demolition.
Like, I was a hardcore atheist for a long time. Steven knows this. And then I fucking
Defend our
passed.
assets. Need at least one for the win.
Then I called bullshit. I was like, I need to see what this is about. I tried it, and I was like, holy shit. I understand. Never.
Enemy bomb at Alpha. Get over.
Contact! And I'm not saying like it's good or bad. I can't explain it in any other way. It just is, and you are. And if Christians called it God, or the Greeks called it gods, or fucking
bomb has been
angels, or
defused.
fucking the Japanese call it like Zen, or Tai Chi, or Chi, or whatever, you know, like Chi, the life force, whatever, you know, whatever it is, it's real.
Enemy bomb
It's
at Bravo.
real,
Get
and
up.
you
Friendly
can't
care package
see it or
inbound.
feel it unless you meditate the
shield turret on
fuck
the
out of your
field.
body for 40 years straight. At least that helps. Or That's why I would not be boring. That's the best way I can explain it. That is psychedelics in a nutshell. And I know Miranda was trying to I know for a fact.
Trash rooms.
What was that?
The trash rooms.
Enemy bomb at Alpha. Get over there.
Shrooms are weird,
Enemy in the
dude.
courtyard.
Shrooms are... See, people that...
Bomb rendered safe. Enemy cluster strike incoming. Friendly care package inbound. Enemy UAV overhead.
Reflected, cerebral, LSD is another name for it. LSD-25 is the fake shit the CIA made to give hippies. That's another thing, dude. This is the CIA. You know how, like, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, the hippies always said the CIA were, like, shocking people's brains and making them all LSD.
Be advised, friendly precision airstrike inbound. All these fucking, night,
and that's
lads.
funny because,
Clean
like,
yourselves up.
guess what? Her mom was fucking high and, like, crazy tons of they shot the fuck out of her brain and they took her body into a different plane of existence, dude. I'm not... Everything I just fucking said is validated just through this show. But just in a
Show
crazy
is fucking
sci-fi way. Am I wrong? I didn't even think about that connection till right now, but see what I mean? I'm not the first person to think about this. Obviously, the people that made that show understand a little bit of what I'm talking about.
I never thought of it like that, honestly.
In a crazy, scary way. It's just constantly in that state. Her daughter can close her eyes and just nudge her brain into a different plane of existence. In that case, it took it to a very hyperbolic level, but it's kind of like that, and it's not bad. It's actually not good either. It just is. It's just like waking up. It's like you're asleep right now, and then you do it, and then you just wake up, and then you start thinking in a way that you wish you thought all the time, and then when you're all done experiencing it, you don't crave it. You don't want more of it. It's just something you did, and now you're enlightened, and now you understand, and you can actually make your peace with it afterwards. Me, I haven't done it in 4 months, but I'm kind of looking to fixing to do it again because coronavirus and shit, and I just kind of want to... It's not heaven, but I just want to kind of wake up again. I don't know how to explain it. But the CIA, back to the CIA, the hippies and shit in the 50s and 60s and 70s said that they were doing this. They said that they were doing it. Everybody called bullshit. Everybody said it was conspiracy theory. Everybody said it was a fucking lie. Everybody said bullshit. Crazy bullshit. MK Ultra is bullshit. MK Ultra is bullshit. 2 weeks ago, the CIA, fucking go on their website right now. I'm not fucking
Demolition.
Go on their website.
The enemy
They
comes for
fully
objective.
divulged
Defend them.
all of what I just said.
Reloading.
They were doing it. They said that they were doing it. They just nonchalantly posted it there. They didn't even tell anybody. They just put it there. Because the legal period of time between the 50s and now was up 70 years. That's like, we won't find out about 2071. You gotta wait 70 years to find out that classified information. Classified information takes 70 years to release. They want to make sure everybody that was involved is dead.
That's fucked.
So, like, they just put it up there. They were doing it. They were doing it, people. They were studying how... like, what would happen if they tainted it. They were trying to achieve some sort of mind control. Charles Manson, this is why it's such a big story right now, and it's getting buried under coronavirus bullshit. Joe Rogan was talking about it. Tim Pool was talking about it. Steven Crowder was talking about it. Fucking Ben Shapiro was talking about it, and nobody gave a shit. Charles Manson. Everybody knows who Charles Manson was. Fucking crazy serial killer in the 60s. He had some really weird ideas. Like, he was mentally disturbed. He didn't kill anybody yet, but he was mentally disturbed. And then then the CIA was watching him. He wasn't doing drugs. He was actually like a hardcore Christian who was just mentally disturbed. Hardcore Christian. The CIA has this on their website. They admitted it. He just recently died a couple years ago, so I think they're fine with saying it now. They picked them up. They taught him how to be a cult leader. They shot the fuck out of his brain and gave him a shit ton of LSD. LSD-25, by the way, which is a very dangerous strain of it. The CIA made that. That's a manufactured strain of it. It doesn't occur in nature naturally.
Very signal lost. UAV
Very bad psychosis effects. Like, it's a
Bomb has been hit!
They taught him how to be a cult leader. They gave him a shit ton of it. Told him to give it to people and tell them to kill people.
Enemy pistol, NCAO!
Watch. Well, no, they didn't even tell him to kill people. It's literally on their website, dude. You're probably listening to me right now, like, what the fuck? Why does this guy know this? Well, it's on your fucking website, assholes.
Gave it to all of us.
Dude.
It's a frog.
Like, they admitted it. They admitted it. They didn't even kill him. They was like, yeah, man.
Get to drop. Enemy bomb planted.
And LSD was first synthesized a physician who was trying to cure PTSD after World War II. And he said it was a failed experiment. And he had a bottle of it in his cabinet. And you ever heard the song Mr. Blue Sky? That song's about because thank you very much for providing me with
enemy at the destroyed building.
Top brave this one. Get ready to go back out.
That's about the whole song.
Down!
This guy, he was a chemist and a physician. He was trying to develop a drug to help with PTSD and depression. And
Demolition.
And, you know, he said it was a failed experiment. And then he revisited it again in 1941, 2 years after he made it.
Destroy those objectives.
And he was just like,
Enemy
maybe it
UAV
does
overhead.
work. Maybe it does work. And he's like, I'm gonna try it out on myself. And he took what was an obscenely large size, like not enough to come into a small
package
but
inbound.
a lot, like probably like 120 times more than he thought it was small. He thought it was a small circuit. It was like a teaspoonful of it, you know? He thought it was small. And he started to write it down.
Now.
And he was just on his way home like, whoa.
Enemy Wilson deployed.
The dude ended up making a shit ton of it, putting it on
Enemy
little
at the
tiny
stone
pieces of paper. Instead of just moving it, instead of doing no an old school bus with a kit in the back, with a bed in it, you know, and just started driving it around the country, handing it out to hippies and shit. It'll take you, they used to call it a trip, it'll take you on a
Enemy
trip.
personal
You know,
radar in the air.
that's what they used to say. And like, it was legal. LSD was a legal drug. It was not illegal. You could do it from 1941 all the way to 1959. 1957, the CIA caught wind of it. And they were like, this shit, people are starting to think about things they shouldn't have. Think about it. We went from fucking between 1941 to 1950, 59, all the shit human beings did. We went from fucking horses to cars, fucking wooden airplanes to fucking steel castles flying in the sky. People were thinking that, and we started thinking really in the 60s and 70s, and everybody was like super love, nothing fucking mattered because everybody was happy. And everybody associates it with dirty fucking hippies. It's not true. Steve Jobs came out of that generation. Bill Gates came out of that generation. Fucking Nikola Tesla, who died in the late 60s, said that he attributed all of his like, dude, like the stuff like made you think, and the CIA. This is in their manifesto. Making this up. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's fucking real. And with the legalization of it in 2 states, people are researching it. And they're starting to realize that it would help people like my dad. It would help, me with my eye, or people with Lou Gehrig's disease and shit. And, you're realizing that, the right serving size can cure the every time I do it, I come out of it, and you're sober. Angry at anything. I dare you. I fucking dare you to try to get angry at It's impossible, dude. And you remember in like health class, they used to tell you that like smoking weed was like cracking a neg.
Returning to resupply.
And just frying your brain. They used to tell you that. They used to tell you that. Oh, LSD makes you feel like you know, like both are semi-true. But at the same time, they never told us that alcohol was literally poisoning your body and making you party. They never told you that. They told you what, yeah, you do get stoned, you do get
enemy personal radar in the air.
Yeah, you do feel like something bad can happen to you. Because it's not because, like, I'm invincible, I can do whatever I want to do, and that's what they told you. No, that's not true. What it does do, on the other hand, think about the universe for about 8 hours, and start talking about ideas, and then you're just like, man, I need nothing. I am so lucky to be alive. I am so lucky to be here. And if I died, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Like, you're just like, I'm not gonna, like, I like being, like, you know what I mean? You're not like, I don't want to be here. You're just like, not like, life is pointless, let's end up. You're not like that. You're just like, I am so lucky, man. Like, what if I was born as, like a bee? That would fucking suck. Dude, what if, like, I was born as an ant on a planet that was just fucking 600,000 degrees all the time, and it was like 6 billion light years away, dude? Like, dude, that would suck. You know how fucking lucky I am? Fucking born on a fucking planet as a human? Dude, I'm fucking lucky as shit. You know, like, you think about it like that. You start thinking about that shit. It is a great time, dude. And then, like, you combine that with